Good evening, everyone. My name is Magdalena Zepeda-SeLegue, and today I am presenting on how to qualify a vendor. This is a presentation for the Project Procurement Management course at the UCR Extension Professional Studies program. So in order to qualify a vendor, we need to understand what does it mean to qualify a vendor. So when we are looking at what this process is, what you're doing is you're digging deep into your organization to know what product or service your organization needs. And in the process, you will figure out those needs, those requirements, and then find the best vendor for that moment in time. A something that will start a relationship with this vendor, hopefully for future procurements. So here on the screen, you can see that the California Commission on Teacher Credentialing is currently seeking a vendor to do some marketing to promote the teaching career and to recruit youth and young adults into the teaching career field. So they're looking for a marketing company. A friend of mine who owns a chain of Mexican restaurants in the Coachella Valley, he is always seeking tortilla vendors that are meeting the quality and the standards that he wants for his restaurant. And for the purposes of this presentation, we're going to focus more on the Got Info app, which is the app that the company that I founded is currently working on, because we use this process to obtain a contractor to develop our beta. So there are benefits to qualifying a vendor. This is not just a loose process. It actually enhances the quality of your service or product. So for example, for the Got Info app, had to have consumer information protection, or the App Store will not allow us to sell the app on or place the app on their stores. Financial considerations, budget is always at the forefront, and we need to consider that. And then vendors, those relationships that we will establish with these vendors, if they come through and we follow through, are going to be for the long term, not just for this product or this service. And after we go through this process, we will realize that we obtained the best vendor at that time for us. So when you go through the 5 Ws and 2Hs in procurement, it's very important to know who is going to be responsible for this process. So what are we procuring? What do we want? So for us, it was the Got Info app. When did we want it by? Where would we be willing to hire the contractor? Why did we want it? Why did we begin to do this process and contract out? And then how would this process be carried out? And last, budget, as I mentioned before, very important. So the vendor qualification process for the Got Info mobile app, we went through this process. We defined the project's requirements. So we wanted to make sure that we were going to launch in 2025. And then we moved on to looking at the business goals. So that was we wanted something that was going to alleviate issues for businesses and for consumers when they cannot make that match. And again, we wanted to launch in 2025. Also, we wanted to establish the criteria to qualify the vendor. We didn't want to just say, hey, I like him, that, or I like her company is good. We actually wanted to go through a process with criteria in order to make the best and most sound decision. So then we went on to what is called the weight of the criteria, which is the weighted scoring model. And we took all our criteria and gave it a number of importance, a weight, if you will. And then we moved on to step 5, which is researching the vendors. We had bidding conferences, we had meetings at all hours of the night, day. And again, considering our in-house team's knowledge and their knowledge, and we wanted to make sure that there was that match. And then finally, after going through this entire process, we had to make a decision, but we were confident that we were making a sound decision because we had gone through this process. So we selected a vendor, we negotiated the contract terms, and we executed the project, and it is currently ongoing, and we are meeting milestones. So in going through this process, as I mentioned, we did select a vendor that we are working with still, and the process is going great. We're meeting timelines, milestones are going ahead of schedule. It's really well. And then communication has been ongoing and open. Our team is involved with their team, and we're looking at a launch in 2025 for the Got Info mobile app. And most important, we are staying within budget. So are there any questions? If so, please put them in the messages, because I believe in this process. And if I were to procure another service, another item, I would repeat the same process and would love to guide anybody else through this process if they would need that assistance. Thank you very much.